Next match. So now we have DPSbrick against the Herald of Dawn. And the Daybreaker decided to blow its load on one of the missile ships, I think. Or that might have been a shield distractor. I'm not even sure. That thing just firing is causing significant time dilation. It's ridiculous. Hey, look at the size of that. Why? This is just why. DPSbrick's doing pretty well though. Even though the space lattice is designed to deal with the explosive damage, the DPSbricks are just able to sustain the damage for long enough that it looks like they've been able to punch holes in it. And the Daybreaker's guns are all dead. So it looks like DPSbrick is going to take round one. Very well done, SNW35. There's one ship just refusing to surrender. As he begins to shed weight and probably turn faster than he can manage. I haven't seen his actual cannons in a little while. It's holding up pretty well though, but I think a lot of it is just that that SNW35's fleet was still trying to catch up and hasn't been able to really apply any damage. But I can't imagine this last ship is going to be able to hold on that long. Although it seems like he's going to try and run out the timer. He's taking apart the support fleet. And there goes the arm without the thrusters. It is killing the hell out of the support ships though. Impressively quickly. I think if the Daybreaker were to take apart the big distractors, then Splinter's fleet stands a very good chance. And moving in round two. The Daybreaker's projectile stopped in the middle of space for some reason. And that time I think it just missed. Yeah, so there. It had enough momentum that the projectiles actually went backwards. Yeah, so there it's doing it again. That is absurd. That thing is ridiculous. But SNW-35 is taking a pretty strong lead. They seem to have the ship that was doing well last time completely surrounded. I think the Daybreaker just destroyed one of the waffles. It's hard to tell. It's trying to make them pay hell for it, though. This is just, you know, removes ships from the map. I think he has maybe lost a cannon or two, too. This waffle ship from the Herald of Dawn seems to be more interested in chasing the shield distractors himself. Score's fairly even, though. I don't think Splinter's fleet is out of it yet. And I suspect the Daybreaker probably still has resources left to build. I could have sworn I saw it building something. A hollowed out shell from a waffle. And Herald of Dawn has taken a pretty solid point lead. Trying to redeem himself for last round, I suppose. Yeah, and it had to have lost a cannon earlier and is trying to rebuild it. And I think it may have actually, yeah, lost more cannons. You can kind of see the trail of cannon corpse when one of them gets destroyed. Yeah, the Daybreaker needs a bit of relief so that it can rebuild its guns, but I don't think it's going to find it. It is, however, still managing to deal quite a bit of damage, and with only 30 seconds left on the clock, and a pretty hefty point lead in Splinter's favor, is doing fairly well. Looks like he might take round 2. And there you have it. Splinter takes round 2. So the Herald of Dawn is not to be counted out just yet. As the Daybreaker just does some dumb shit. Then you can see the projectile flying the wrong way, courtesy of recoil and momentum. Too much gun for the ship. It bounced off and looks like it almost hit some torpedoes, but the projectile handled it. He recoiled himself the wrong direction. And here is the trails from the modular cannons that I was talking about. It does not have much left of its guns, and that bodes very poorly, I think. But Herald of Dawn's Waffle is surrounded by support ships from DPSbrick, and that actually bodes very well for Splinter. It'll allow his Waffle ship to actually take apart a bunch of the little missile ships. Just wondering if it's going to be enough. It does look like DPSbrick is going to take it though, which I think means DPSbrick has won every one of its matches. I'll have to check the score screen after this, but I don't know that DPSbrick has actually lost a match yet. And yeah, I don't think the Herald of Dawn Waffle is going to be able to pull this off. A damn good submission from this W-35 though. Rather unassuming looking fleet just cleaning up. Speed this up, that's fine. This dead ass thing. It's really interesting wreckage. And there it is, DPSbrick wins. 6 wins, 7 competitors means DPSbrick takes the tournament. Very well done. But let's see how Herald of Dawn and TNTFF go at each other. Boom! Whoa! The Daybreaker pushed himself into some torpedoes, I think. Fucking shattered. That ship is just chaos. There's no control. None of it, just effect. Put your face in there and just shuffle things up a bit. And round one goes to Jokrates. Let's see if the Daybreaker can survive this time. The Daybreaker seems to be a disproportionately large portion of the effectiveness. No, that is a problem. It will recoil itself into the enemy. That is a dead Daybreaker if I've ever seen one. And there it is, the Daybreaker's officially down. I imagine this fight will be wrapping up in favor of Jokrates shortly. That ship is ridiculous. Fires projectiles the size of the arena. It's unnecessary. Yeah, Jokrates' distractors have been doing that a lot, just pointing their butt at the enemy. Let's see. I'm wondering if it's because they don't have any actual reverse thrust, so whenever the enemy's behind them, they just stop trying to turn. I've noticed a similar thing on my own stuff. But I may just be making stuff up, who knows. And it's entirely possible Jokrates doesn't care. Wreckage still absorbs damage and blocks the enemy. And Jokrates wins it. So there we have it. DPSbrick wins the tournament, so congratulations SNW35. You showed up and showed up harder than anybody else. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed, and have a good night.